Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews, spotlighting local businesses, to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles. I got my boots on because it didn't snow, Harper. And Mr. Molly Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio or watching us on Facebook Live right here on World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Molly Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, January 25th, 2023. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them. You can dial in at 918-856-3073 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So, on today's show, are you ready to set your own place at the table? Well, today we have the steps for starting a business in 2023.
We'll also talk about starting a not-for-profit with no money.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are 2023 mass shootings, what is going on? Excessive police brutality claims another life, find out where, and Maryland swears in its first black governor.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on News You Can Use Media Networks, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, y'all.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community.
At the event center, you can rent
Space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the news you can use media networks, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
I'm Charles Harper, CEO of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is financial stability and infrastructure for all of our community development projects. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, newly appointed Chief Operating Officer, or
Hey.
COO, for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations, establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. And I'm also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this show.
Damali, what's up?
I am so happy that we did not get snow.
Man, I know. JB said it earlier. I had my
Is that the winter
I had my
storm blowing through?
snow boots ready. I had my cocoa ready. I had my earmuffs ready. I had everything ready, but I'm still glad.
And it's negativo.
And I can tell you, that's one
JB, you can
beauty.
stop all that because it's over with.
Actually, it was some pretty big snowflakes last night.
You know what?
It was some pretty big.
Wasn't
I'm
at
talking
my
about
house.
It was.
them snowflakes was beautiful, but you know what?
What?
It just didn't freeze when it hit the ground.
Thank the Lord.
I think Tulsa's one of the only places that didn't happen, but
Right, I'm thankful.
you know,
Thank God in all things.
because some places in Oklahoma got slammed.
I
It was
saw this morning.
almost a foot of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
It ain't no
stayed-
joke.
I
was
look,
praying.
man, we stayed. See, now we get into our meteorologist skills. So I just watched. The temperature stayed like 33, 34 all night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it never
did.
could really freeze.
Uh-huh.
It's tough for the snow to freeze here
Ron
when it's
said
been
he
warm
wanted
all day.
6 inches. Ron, get up out of here.
Ron,
I would
you're
not
not
be on the
getting
show
6
today.
inches of anything.
Say,
Right.
Christmas is
Today.
over with.
Yeah, it's over with.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
no
what.
white Christmas. It's over.
So you happy about that?
I'm happy, elated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy as well. It's been a good day. People out and about. It's
Yeah.
regular. You know what? These are the people that's mad. People thought they wasn't going to work. See,
And wasn't
that's-
going to school.
what had happened was they had stayed in the bed.
Right.
Because they were sure when they seen those big snowflakes that JB was talking about, like, I
Yeah,
know
it
I'm
was
not
gonna
going
be
to
on
work.
and popping.
And they probably called in and said, man, you know what? I
You
can't
know
get
they
out.
was trying to call in to work.
Right.
No, they didn't look outside. They said, look, I can't get your snow out of my driveway. I can't get out of my driveway.
Psych.
They didn't even look outside.
Right,
They just
right.
wa-
Man.
Psych.
Look, the snow done fell all night and then nothing stick. So we are so sorry.
Yeah.
Look, we at work too. So
Okay.
we in that same boat with you.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a
Y'all better
load.
cut it out.
We got a loaded show today. It's a lot of people in, the secret people outside. We got a lot of
Yes.
people in the live chat. I'm gonna get to y'all first. You know, we always got to thank and appreciate our first responders, our healthcare professionals, our food providers, our restaurant workers on the front lines during this time. It's great our organization and churches in the community, Damali, they continue to keep us safe because it's like COVID, monkeypox, the cold, flu, something.
Yeah.
They just won't give them a break. So we appreciate you guys and we love you guys.
You know, I spoke to a friend this morning on my way over to for the radio show, and she has COVID.
Man,
And I'm
okay.
like, wow, you know.
And I hadn't heard in a while, but
Yeah.
special prayers out to somebody reached out to me, and somebody fairly young passed away from COVID.
Oh wow.
So it's real out there. So
Yeah.
you guys got to continue to be safe.
Mhm.
It's so much stuff going on. People getting ready for the Super Bowl. Can you imagine? How about them Cowboys? Oh, I
How
can't
about
say
them
that.
Cowboys? Let's talk about it.
I ain't talking about no Cowboys. I don't hear nothing else. Look, the world is talking about the Cowboys right now.
So we ain't got to say nothing.
You know what? Here's the ticket. After 48 hours, because I picked the Cowboys to take it, and I'll tell you why I picked them to take it. Because I felt like Zeke and
They was
Dak,
ready.
because
Yeah, they
sometimes
kinda
it
gelled.
takes a little time for things to come together. And I thought the maturity level and the skill level, the line. I just said, man, this looked like the perfect storm. To me, this was their maybe easiest route to get there and maybe win it.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty even. But that didn't happen. So
San Francisco only scored field goals all game. So, I mean, it was there.
It was there for the taking.
It was just Zach threw just one too many interceptions. Yeah. And they were in the red zone when he threw that interception. And that changed the entire
trajectory of the game.
The entire game. Yeah. And it just was downhill because if they had scored, they would have probably won the game.
Michael Brewer said, who the Cowboys play next week?
Cut it out, Mike. We're going to start banning people from the show.
We getting ready. We're going to put you on mute. We getting ready for the preseason, baby. Get ready for the preseason.
No, but shout out to the Cowboys for a great season. Yeah. That is, when you are talked about days after you have lost a big game and you're still the number one topic of discussion in sports, then you must be a big deal in sports.
You know what I want to say too is the ticket, everybody, because I see people putting their dukes up, people taking their shirt off, ready to fight. Look, y'all, that's too much.
Right.
Remember,
too much energy.
We are only fans. you can't go throw the ball. If an interception happened, if somebody, it don't matter. You didn't do it. Right. We are only fans of the game. Let's let the game continue to be fun because at the end of the day, it'd be funny because JB is the Cowboys still America's team?
The Cowboys are still America's team.
That's
and I'm going to say this right now. All the disrespect we done received in the last couple of days, y'all need to watch what you say to people because you never know how people going to take it.
People go way too far sometimes.
And
we are fans.
Right.
And the level of disrespect for the Cowboys was so bad. I think the worst video I saw, and there was a lot of videos, was the one where the guy walked in dragging the Cowboys jersey with the chain, like a dog, and he was just snatching him around. I was like, oh yeah, really? I'm like, they really tripped.
Look, you can do any meme on any meme. I'm good with any meme, but that Michael Jordan.
That face. When that come out, I'm like, I'm done.
You doomed.
I'm done.
You doomed.
I'm done.
Lord, so sorry, congratulations.
We had to say something about that because that's the world talk right now. Here's the thing, Damali. People they done forgot they even had a football team in the NFL. They at home. They didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
They've been
losing. But they talking about Dallas.
I saw Saints fans, Vikings fans, Bishop Houdat. Shout out to you in California, Mr. Don Jackson. He's the worst hater of the Dallas Cowboys.
I think here should be the rule. If the Dallas Cowboys beat your team,
you should not be able to say nothing.
I think every time your team lose, you should be muted, until your team can do something. Because you know what I mean. Because you can't just be like.
So Michael says, "Don't worry about it. His Eagles are going to take care of the 49ers for us."
Hey, I hope they do.
I hope they do too. But they got a game ahead of them.
Man, that's going to be a really, really good. And here's the ticket: it's so close. Whoever shows up to play is what is down. Like if Dallas would have showed up and played, Dallas would have won. So right now. In the playoff, it's just really down to who, like the Bills. They just, this is not two dogs.
Right.
Let's get to it. We love you guys, but we had to talk about it because that was the world talk. But we're going to get to our show.
In sports, there's winners and there's losers. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose.
Y'all make sure y'all check out Two Dogs every Tuesday from 6 p.m.
Let Jeremiah talk to y'all about this.
Bark at them and they going to bark back. They're going to shout out to the KBOB family.
Right. Okay. So before we get started with our actual show, that was all a precursor to our show. Right. We want to send out prayers to the family and friends of those killed in senseless acts of violence and mass shootings that have taken the lives of 7 people in 2 shootings in Half Moon Bay, California. 1 person died and 7 others were injured in Oakland, California. Then there was 11 who died in Monterey Park, California at the Lunar New Year's massacre. This has been crazy. We're going to talk about this a little bit later in the show, but we just wanted to
tell JB he can't eat in the microphone.
JB don't eat.
All you hear is, oh Lord, here we go again.
Like collard greens and yams.
It was a piece of candy.
You guys are too much. Okay, guys, and we also want to send prayers to the family, friends, and fans of pro wrestler Jay Briscoe. Wow. He died in a head-on crash while taking his daughters to cheerleading practice.
I saw that. That was
Isn't
so
that
sad.
Terrible? He was 38 years old. The driver of the vehicle that hit him also died. Both of his daughters were at last report listed in critical condition. Their ages 12 and 9.
Yeah.
So, we want to send out prayers for them. That is crazy.
I know. And you just got to remember, you never know what people are going through. I can't understand the devastation of what's felt in that family and that community.
Yeah.
And he has a larger community because he's also a wrestler. So we send our condolences out. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Resolution check-in time.
Let me do some shout outs.
Okay.
We're going to get to it. Y'all make sure y'all join in today because today we talking about business, for-profit, not-for. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, get your pen and pad out right now because we're giving y'all some free nuggets. So quick shout out to Teresa.
Hey,
my sister, your sister.
Older
she's
sister.
in there. Jeremiah Blackwell.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Down there in Mississippi, he's in the building. Finn back in royalty. Miss Ernestine Broom, she's in the building. Cornelius Dixon, a.k.a. Cowboy Blue.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboy Blue. I add that to it. He's in the building. Also, Gary Lee with the Oklahoma Eagles.
Hey, Gary.
Shout out to him doing big things as
always.
always.
He's my cousin.
And your cousin. Yeah, see. We got that close. That's why you got to do your African ancestry stuff.
Okay, right there.
Sheila Daniels is in the building with us. Welcome
Sheila.
to the show. Roy Williams in the building. What's going on with you?
That's right.
Hey, my boy, Bobby Choice. That's Mario. He used to be down here with the family. Brenda Berry, my cousin, is in here.
Brenda.
And we got many more. Michael Brewer, he been talking noise, so y'all know he in the building. We got Ernest Lynch, man. I ran into him at Max Wings. We was eating so many Max Wings. Hey, Ernest, like I done flew away, brother, but I'm still here. We also got Eugenia. That's my cousin, Eugenia, down there in Florida.
Hi.
So Florida in the house, Texas in the house, Mississippi in the house, and the secret listeners in the house.
Yes.
Zamali, let's go to it. What's happening?
Yes. Absolutely. So resolution check-in. We want to find out who's still hanging in there with their New Year's resolutions. Ooh. Are you part of the 25% that falls off in the first 3 weeks of the new year? JB, how you faring? You got to reset.
Tell the truth. We
Shame
the
devil and tell the truth.
We started on the 15th. So if anybody fell off the first 2 weeks from January 15th on, Charles Harper extended it. So you didn't have to start until the 15th.
I'm busting out my t-shirt. That's all I'm saying.
JB said he done lost 10 pounds. He in there.
What about them pork chops? You had any pork chops in the last 2 weeks?
The pork chops. I've been trying to stay away from it. They right there in the freezer though. They stay right there on marinade.
He told them pork chops to stand back and stand down.
Because it's tough, man. When that's your favorite food, you always gonna try to keep it around. You know,
just keep your eye on it, looking at it.
Yeah, I know. It didn't help that Dr. Furter was here last week. Moderation, like one pork chop a month. Probably. But hey, we working it out together, y'all. Hey, guess what? Uganda's in the building. I got to give a quick shout out. I see Teddy. We built that bridge. Boy, we got a lot of good stuff. We're doing a probably show next week, all Uganda, because we got a bridge for all these people that's donating and sponsoring kids to school. We love it.
Yes. So we got some stuff to talk about next week.
We got some good stuff.
But this week, Charles, how are you doing? Are you still on your
man? You know
resolution?
what? Here's the ticket. I have not made it to the gym yet.
Uh-oh.
But hold on. But I'm still down 7 pounds.
Okay.
I've been drinking an abundance of water.
Yeah.
I definitely ate no pork chops.
No.
I've been when I went to Uganda, they fed me good and got me right. I still feel a little bit of the tightness, but it's getting loose.
I saw you at Oasis picking up chips.
I didn't eat. I haven't ate not one of those Lay's chips yet.
Now, Charles,
I just wanted to motivate the masses.
Yesterday when I called you,
the masses. Was he crunching?
I wasn't crunching. Boy,
that's what he was doing.
I heard. I'm like, Charles, you gonna eat on the phone with me on the phone? Come on, dog.
Shout out to everybody that got them Lay's chips because I got 4 bags. I gave one to Damali.
You did.
Look, I did an exchange with the city councilwoman for a bowl of chili for a bag of.
Oh, that's great. Great
exchange.
That was great exchange. Yeah, that's what
I know that chili hidden.
Winning
right
and not losing.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Perfect chili weather, by the way.
Absolutely.
What about you, Damali?
I actually have done wonderful.
You did?
So I have been, spending time with family. For those of you who don't know, my cousin passed away last year. And so we did in remembrance of his passing and his life, then we actually did a balloon release. So one of my things was when I wanted to spend more time with family. So I, was able to break away and make sure that I attended that, been hanging out with my daughters. Hey, found out that my daughter's having a little boy. So I'm so excited.
Want to cruise bonds for that?
Yeah.
Man, I can tell you I have been, because my kids are all grown.
Right.
But I've been calling them.
Yes.
Just the new year, a couple times a week. So I'm doing better with that and texting and all of that.
Yeah.
So those things are coming together. We hanging in. So y'all remember 25% will be falling off by next week.
But actually, by Friday.
By next Friday. So y'all hang in there.
Yeah.
Because part of the news you can use, families, we're going to hang in there. We're going to be part of that 75.
Accountability partners. That's what
there.
we are.
We with y'all. We with y'all.
Look, Jeremiah said I had 2 big bags. But I think I said in my post, I had one for now, one for the Super Bowl. So
Yeah, you did say that.
I did not
you
say
did
that.
Say that.
Let's
Yep.
get to this show because we loaded.
All right. Okay. So Black History trivia question.
Gotta have that.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let me give you the rules again, just in case you don't know. The rules are: I give a question, you get 4 multiple choice answers. Now, y'all don't cheat. If you know the answer,
Don't go straight to Google.
Yeah, just try to figure it out.
First.
Yeah, try it first. And then at the end of the show, we're going to repeat the question, give the multiple choice options, and then we're going to tell you what the correct answer is, and we'll see who wins. Last week, my daughter actually got the right answer.
The answer was D.
Yeah. All right. So Black History trivia question.
Come on.
Who was officially the first African American candidate for president? Okay. Was it A, Frederick Douglass, B, Malcolm X, C, Jesse L. Jackson, or D, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
Golly. You know what? I think I know this. I'm going with Jesse Jackson. I don't even know if that's right.
So you gonna say
I at
C.
least can remember Jesse Jackson running for president.
I'm gonna go with Jesse Jackson too.
Okay.
I'm going with Jesse.
Got 2 C's.
And you know Jesse be rapping and rhyming.
All right, so the rest of y'all put your answers in the chat. Yeah.
Say, what are the answers? The first.
Okay, so here we go. I'll read one more time. Black History trivia question. Who was officially the first African American candidate for president? Was it A, Frederick Douglass, B, Malcolm X, C, Jesse L. Jackson, or D, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
Can I change my answer to Frederick Douglass?
You gonna go with Frederick Douglass? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Frederick Douglass. I didn't see him in there the first time.
Put your answer in the chat box.
Okay, so JB says A.
See, we're gonna start giving away some stuff.
Charles says C.
Yeah,
all right.
I think that's wrong.
So the rest of y'all,
Jesse,
okay, and I got some other folks. They saying Jesse Jackson. Okay,
we
see y'all. All right. So we're gonna at the end of the show, we're gonna tell you what the answer is. But okay, so today's topics are we're gonna talk about business.
Right.
Now, this is the deal. Charles and I actually charge people for this information, right?
Right.
But we always, it's the beginning of the year. We want to drop some nuggets, get you guys started out on the right foot. So today is one of those days when you should have pencil and paper out and ready and writing this information down, because if you call us, we're going to charge you.
It's going to be a little charge if you got to go beyond that. But see, the thing about World One Development, the goal is what? Give you some news.
Yeah. That
you can use, and you're going to be able to definitely use this. It's going to be easy things you can do to have your stuff. And I put it on the post. Sometimes you got to create your own chair. You got to build your own table.
That's right.
Because people will fire you, give you a pink slip for no reason, get mad at you, whatever it is. Some ways you can create your own little business.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it.
So first and foremost, okay, so this is if you're starting a business, not a non-for-profit. We'll talk about that in the second segment. But this is just if you're just starting a business. First of all, you have to have a great idea.
Right.
It's got to be something that the masses will want to support or purchase, something, not something that you create that don't nobody like but you.
Right.
That don't work. You're probably not going to make no money with that. I'm just saying.
I can tell you something. If you want to get one of my, this is a nugget. This is a real nugget. It might not be all about money, right? When you're going to create your business, but I can tell you this, anything that you're doing, that's a service to people.
Yes.
That's always where things is probably going to work out in your favor, is being a service to
Absolutely.
people. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Absolutely. And so then the next thing you want to do is create a business plan. Most businesses fail because you don't have a plan. You just out here willy-nilly, just, thinking that you're going to, get something and not have a way to make it where you are, generating revenue from that. It doesn't work that way. You can't walk into a bank with, hey, I think I can do this. And they're going to be like, okay, where's your business plan?
Right.
And so you need to have a good business plan.
Yeah. And if you can, and this, I'll just say this, y'all, it's really, really tough to have a different plan every week.
Oh, yeah.
When you're trying to start a business. Because, you run into people, every time you run into them, they got a new business. I got a detail shop. Then by the time you call them, can I get my car detailed? I don't do nothing. Yeah. I'm doing tax service now.
Yeah.
Then 2 weeks later, can I get your tax service? I don't do that no more. I'm cutting hair now. I'm a barber. Oh, okay. So you really got to find something that's near and dear to your heart and actually put some time into it.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to say, narrow it down to one thing. Because let me tell you something, Damali, I'll be honest. Sometimes to be successful, you do have to put all your eggs in one basket.
You do.
Because some people run around with 20 baskets and ain't nothing in none of the baskets.
And I think the most important part is, being consistent and having the longevity, because a lot of people get in businesses thinking it's just going to take right off. And sometimes it takes years to even see your investment come back to you. So.
That's right.
You really got to be careful.
That is big, JB, is, consistency and just sticking it in there for the long haul. Because a lot of times what happens is that we are a master of nothing, because like Charles said, you're all over the place, so you're doing this, that. And I remember that was one of the first things that Charles told me when I decided to come over to World One Development is you're going to have to take off some of them hats. You can't do, even though they were all great things that I was doing, but it's like, you can't do all of that and be successful over here doing this.
I felt the same way because I do a lot of things.
Yes.
Very knowledgeable. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I don't even want to get involved in that because it's just another hat you got to wear. And you be like, because people become dependent upon you to do that. And then if that's not what you do, let somebody do that does that.
And I can say this. I've sat down, and Damali can attest to this. I've sat down with at least probably 20 people,
right,
and told them the same thing I told Damali. Like, if you're gonna be successful, you're doing this stuff for a person free. Then you got to run over here and do this for grandma on free. You got. It's so much free time go out to sometimes taking care of your family, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
But when you're going to get ready to try to be serious about starting a business, you got to put some focus. Now I'm gonna say this next point I think is most important.
Okay.
I would say one of the most important things is surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Good team.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Words are powerful. Stop telling your dreams to people that you know is not gonna say the right stuff. I'm telling you, words are very important.
Dream killers.
You sit down with somebody, they act like they're excited, and as soon as you walk out the door, they look and peep and go, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't talking about nothing.
Exactly.
She always, and then they put that negativity on top of your dream. So sometimes you got to keep your dream close to the vest. Keep your business plan close to the vest. If you want to talk to somebody, go talk to your
like, attorney. Man, I got something that's gonna take us to the moon. He's gonna be like, man, you can't go to the moon.
Exactly.
Go across the street.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, cousin? I'm my cousin Brenda.
And within that, when we talk about surrounding yourself with the right people, that means attorneys, CPAs, insurance professionals, bankers.
Right.
Those are folks that are going to help you hone in.
Speaking of that, we got to hit the horn real quick.
Okay.
And we'll come back with the other three.
Okay.
But right now we got Mr. Bobby Eaton live from California, LA.
Hey, Uncle Bobby, what's happening?
Hey, how y'all doing there?
We are good. Bobby. You vacationing and we working.
What's going on, y'all? I'm out here in sunshiny Los Angeles, California. Hey, in my T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Okay, Bobby, rub it in. We got coats and parkas on.
Hey, let's do this right here about Uncle Bobby. Today we talking about starting your own business. Uncle Bobby is an example of Eden Media Services because I met him before he even brought all this stuff online.
Man, I remember when he was broadcasting out the back of the 2-bedroom shack.
He was sitting in the trunk of his car.
Had a dream. He had a dream. He said, man, this is my dream.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Well, opening up your own personal business is something that requires research.
Yes.
Research, and then once you have consistency, that's my favorite word, is being consistent in the business that you're trying to open up, and you have consistency in research and networking. Charles and Damali, I remember when we first met, you know what I mean? And Charles said, hey, I'm going to call you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what you did.
Yeah.
You called me.
Yeah.
And that was several years ago. But being consistent, learning you guys have helped me learn how to build the brand, about my business, about the radio station and everything that's taking place. So, you just got to be consistent in what you're doing and do your research.
Yeah.
Right, that's crazy. And Uncle Bobby, you're right, because here's how crazy it is, and that's why you can't take nothing for chance. Me and Damali walking out the door of Senator Kevin Matthews' new business place, and now we leaving, and I'm talking about in less than 30 seconds, they said, Senator Matthews said, y'all need to connect. I said, hey, Bobby, give me your card. He gave me his card. I said, Bobby, I'm going to call you on Monday, and walked out the door.
Yes, just that quick, just that fast.
That's what it is. It's about relationships that y'all build.
That you know what? That has happened to me a lot of times. People have said that. Hey, I'm going to give you a call, and they never called. But
right.
You called, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
You called. There wasn't no hesitation. You said on Monday, I'm going to call. You called on Monday.
Yeah.
Right. And think about it. It's now 7 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what has happened to both of us. Back then, all we was doing was edurate.
That was
Since then, look at what KB OB is, my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
and the impact. And we since then,
Mhm.
Oasis is not here now. Here, 36th Street North
Yeah.
Event Center. We done fed people in back to school bash and Juneteenth and
all kind
of stuff together. So it's been a beautiful thing.
Man, the relationship has been incredible. You guys are like family to me, and I cherish everything and your ideas and what you add. And we eat together, we go places together. You guys broadcast from Uganda, Africa, and it's just Minnesota and everything. So I just look at it like a family affair.
Yes.
That continues to work.
Now, Bobby, are you out there establishing new relationships, business relationships? Are you out there on pleasure?
I haven't even been here 24 hours yet, and there's a young lady who sings. Oh, man, she's dynamic. She's phenomenal. And she's just out here. She moved out here to get into the business. And I'm saying, wow, she doesn't have any producers or nothing. She's doing all her promotions and everything by herself and no one else. So I connected with some younger people, and I connected with some of my old buddies, that are out here. Some guys who produced, and they've hung on some, they played on some hit records and things like that in the past that some of you guys have heard before. You heard them playing, and we're all hooking up. We got a beautiful Airbnb we're staying in, and my brother Dwight, he actually surprised me because I said, hey, man, we need to get a rental car, man. And I'm thinking he's going to go out and get a soccer mom rental car.
Little man.
Don't tell me y'all riding around in the Sprinter.
That brother came back in a brand new BMW SUV.
Oh, okay. Y'all out there styling and profiling.
Yes. We styling and profiling.
Hey, that's how you got to ride around LA when it's 75, 80 degrees every day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man. I've seen LA has changed since I was living here. It's a lot different right now than what it used. A lot of businesses, a lot of things have changed. And the homeless issue is an issue too here as well.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be going to Hollywood here in a minute. I'm getting ready to start posting some pictures and stuff. And Trey is right here next to me, standing right here.
Oh, hey, Trey.
What's going on, Trey?
Hey,
y'all.
Hey, what's going on, Trey? Hey, you know what, Bobby? This is the epitome of business. Guess what? You out there in California with your T-shirt on, but guess what? You're still making money.
Yes.
You know why? Because KBOB is live. We're in the radio station. People listening in. You said Uganda. Pastor Stephen Caperi tuned in from Uganda. As soon as you said Uganda, that's how I go down. So from LA to Uganda to Tulsa.
Yes,
that's it. When your business is making sense, even when you're not there.
Right. It continues to flourish.
Yeah. That's when you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a blessing for the business to continue, like you said, JB, and I'm not even there.
Right.
I'm not even worried about it because I know it's going to do what it do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
well, we wish you guys.
You got to put in for it.
Well, we hope that you guys have a great time there. Take plenty of pictures. I'll be watching for them. And enjoy and bring me back some sun, please.
And you make sure you when you make it to Charlie Wilson's house, you make sure you give us a call.
Yeah. Charlie's in the play, you know what I mean? So we're going to be hooking up, and all of us are going to be getting together. So it's going to be a fun trip, man. You know what I mean? I'll be back there at the end of the week. Okay?
All right. Tell Darius I said hey.
Yep, and Trey.
Hey, also wanted to give a special birthday shout out to Mika and D-Mac.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We got them on the list. That's the family right
Mika in the morning and D-Mac Smooth Jazz.
Yes.
All right. Hey,
All
with
right,
that being said, I think we'll take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into how you legally set up this business now. All right. So y'all hang in there. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the news you can use Media Networks, powered by World One Development. Love you, Uncle Bobby.
All right. Love you too.
Hello, this is Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
We getting fired up for our news you can use.
Yes, on KBOB 89.9.
We look forward for you tuning in. We're going to have a good time. We got a whole lot of hot topics.
And we're going to be here every Wednesday
1 p.m.
for World One Developments, news you can use.
on KBOB 89.9 FM.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, and we are back.
Yeah, so we've been talking about business and what you need to do. Like we told you guys, we always want to give you some nuggets that you can use, because that's what our show is about, news you can use, right? And so we want to give you some nuggets of what you can, how you can actually start your business. Now, this is stuff that we normally charge people for, but we want to help our listening family.
And let's say this, real quick shout out to my niece, Jay. You see her on there down there in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Houston, Texas in the house. Also, Teddy said, what's going on, Uncle Bobby, all the way down in Uganda. And then Richard Pizzo just tuned in. Erica Duncan, she texted me this morning and said she was praying for us. Erica, we needed that prayer.
Yes.
We had the big show today. What y'all can do for us, this information we giving out is going to be critical. It's going to help a lot of people. So share this right now. This is a live video. You can go back and watch it anytime. But click share right now if you're on Facebook. Click that share button and say, y'all, check this out. Get these nuggets. Start your business.
Exactly. Hey, I see Mama just popped on too. Hey,
Mama. How's it going? Welcome to the show, everybody.
Okay, so the other thing that we need to do is you need to make sure that you are legal.
Yes.
A lot of times what happens is people start doing the work. They got a name of a business, and they got it out, plastered up on the side of the wall and everything. And then when something happens, then you come to find out, well, you're not even registered nowhere. You're not registered with the Secretary of State, and that name ain't even available for you to register.
And here's the ticket. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
And we've seen businesses established for years. I'm talking about like 20 years with a name, good name. And then you say, okay, well, we want to give you some funding. So what's your business name? No, just write it out to my regular name.
You're like,
well, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But let's tell them how to get that set up so you can be.
So some of the things that you need to do is when Uncle Bobby was talking about research, do your research. If you are wanting to be a plumber and you know how to do everything there is to plumbing, well, you need to figure out, is there licensing required for me to be a plumber? And if there is, where do I need to go in order to get that licensing, right? So get your business license, whatever that is. If I'm a hairdresser, and I'm doing hair, well, is there a license required in order for me to do hair? Answer is yes. So then you need to figure out where you need to go in order to get the license, and that's actually required.
Let's give y'all the simple stuff of, like, say if you want to just be, like a simple LLC, because I want to make it simple for people. Like, here's the basic simple stuff. One, you just want to go to the Secretary of State in whatever state you live in. Just Google Secretary of State and then look up set up entity. My advice is, don't just create one name, because you'll be amazed of how many other people are thinking about creative stuff. So have 3 variations of the name of the company that you may want. You just put it in there, you hit click. If it don't come up, now you got you something that you can establish. Here in the state of Oklahoma, it's only $25 to establish you a company, a limited liability corporation, a LLC. $125 and you are now a legal company. Damali, how crazy is that?
And so this is what we're talking about when I said before, register your business. So you need to figure out if there's licenses required personally in order for you to have, but then you also need to go to the Secretary of State and register your business with the state of Oklahoma or whatever state you're in. You need to register your business. Then the next thing you need to do is get a tax ID number. A tax ID number works as like a social security number for your business.
Correct.
Right. And so that's how the government recognizes your business as an actual bona fide business, just like they recognize you as a person by using your social security number.
And what you have to do to get your EIN number?
So in order to get your EIN number, you can come to somebody like us. We can go ahead and get that done for you. Or you can also go to irs.gov.
There are a lot of different organizations also that you can go to. You know, some of them might be $250. You know, I mean, there are different variations. You know, I don't know about those entities. I would go with somebody that I trusted, that I knew. They knew what they were doing, and they were going to get it done for me and done for me correctly. But so that's one of the things you need to do. You need to also file for a trademark, and you need to open up a bank account.
Yeah, you got to have a bank account because you need to be able to bring your money in. So here's the ticket, guys. LLC, $125. I don't think it costs anything to get your EIN number.
Well, it depends on where you go. And
well,
what you're doing.
We ain't telling you to do no extra. I'm just trying to give people simple stuff that's not going to cost you a lot. Your LLC is $125. Your RS, if you go on there, rs.gov, you can set up your own EIN number and it'll be free. So now you got your business, you got your EIN number, which is like your social for your company. And the next thing, you got to set up an account. Take your LLC's information that you get, take your EIN number, you go to the bank, take your plan and all of that in, you sit down, and within about an hour and a half, guess what? You have an established company. You can do all of this at max 3 weeks.
So you're telling me if I want to start JB's Boom Boom Shop,
Boom Boom Room or Boom Boom
I
Shop,
can come straight to y'all and y'all do everything for me?
Now, if you call us because you like, man, I'm just, because some people, when you follow your dream, you get nervous. So for us, for a little fee, then we'll do these things for you, but we're just trying to tell you how you can just do it yourself. And we'll get into that later if you want us to do it, but we giving you the basic stuff that you can get started today. That you don't even have to wait.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Charles.
No problem.
And the other thing is too, you want to make sure that you're not, and that's why we recommend that you get a business account, because you don't want to be mixing your personal money with your business account money, because that creates a nightmare for an accountant that we talked about earlier that you needed to have as well.
Quick shout out to my partner Stacy Warner tuning in from Little Rock. Boy, that's my partner right there. Can't we just wait to see you. Happy New Year to you. Anna Marie Baker said hi, Charles and Damali. St. Louis is in the building. They don't know about that, Anna Marie Baker. Doing great things, man. We're going to have her on the show one day. We're going to get into the amazing work that she does down there in St. Louis.
Yes. So anyway, just to wrap this section up really quick. So what you want to do also is you want to establish a location, whether that be an actual brick and mortar building.
Right.
Or if you have an online presence, if your business is strictly online, then that gets off into getting a website, getting social media set up and all of that stuff. Decide where you're going to be, and then make sure that you're marketing that. And then the next thing is having a marketing plan.
Got to have a little plan on how you're going to be successful now.
How are people going to know what it is that you have to offer if it's not out there? So you got to figure out how to market and who to market to.
Now, let me tell you something now, because I know we're going to have to switch to the not-for-profit side of it. So here's the beauty of this, and we'll flip the page, is your logos and websites and all of that stuff. World One Development News you can use can do all that stuff in promos, drops, advertisement, anything you need to be successful. Those are things that we will be packaging up and offering to people. But hey, look, we came and gave you some news you can use for free. So we gave you them nuggets already.
Listen, Renata is too funny. She said, I just jumped off of Grant Cardone's 5-day class, and you are giving more free information than him in 5 minutes that he had in 2 days.
Hey, now don't be fooled. Now, there are some internet gurus who are using the internet to market themselves to get you into their programs. And some of them charge.
Yeah, big money.
But it's like she just said, Grant Cardone, there's another girl named Tony Robbins that's doing one right now. These master classes they sell you, a lot of times they're just trying to get you in the room to spend money.
And quick shout out to Renata. She's down there in Virginia. Virginia's in the house. But you're right, JB. Look, like she just said,
be careful with those.
We just gave you probably $2,000-$3,000 somebody else would have charged you. We just gave it to you for free if you call, so anyway.
And the final thing I'll say about this is be open to evolution. And one of the examples of this is when we first started EduRec, it was supposed to be like an incredible pizza.
Yeah.
And over time, it's evolved into what it is today, where we're serving kids, we're feeding kids. I mean, we got away from the games because we realized that that's not what our kids need. They needed education.
But you just said it, and we said it earlier. If you get into something that you are a service to people, things that people need can change, when a pandemic show up out of nowhere,
right,
and your doors closed, you might have to switch over. And now we're feeding people. We doing a cooking competition. You got to do other stuff.
Yeah.
So you always got to be willing to be flexible and versus closing your
evolve.
doors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got to evolve.
So again, if you are tuning in just now, please click share because we want everybody to get this information to save them some money and some time and some headache.
Exactly. Hey, I see my cousin Juve is on.
Juve is in the building.
Hey,
What's
cousin.
going on, Juve? We had a little showdown last night, but I ain't gonna say nothing about that.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
All right.
No. Too funny. Okay, so now we're going to switch over and talk to you guys a little bit about starting a not-for-profit with no money.
With no money. And here's the first thing I'm gonna say about the not-for-profit or the non-profit. It's what it says it is.
Yeah.
It's a non-profit. So if you get into this arena, don't look to be getting rich now. You got some people that's been in this stuff for a long time, but what they're doing is something totally different.
Right.
But if you're getting in at ground floor, grassroots, like the things that we do, this is something that you probably can get some compensation, but you're not getting rich doing a non-profit. This is about serving and helping and getting into spaces where you're trying to help people.
The man says serving.
You serving people in this capacity, but let's get to it.
So some of the things that that we talked about in the for-profit industry is going to also apply when you're going for a not-for-profit. One of the main things is you want to create a business plan, same as the other. You know, you got to have a plan. You know, you if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Right?
Absolutely.
So you got to have a business plan. The second thing that's a little bit different from a for-profit is that you have to have a board.
Slow that down, Damali. One more time. What you got to have?
Got to have a board.
I'm going to say this because this is where you got to be careful. And I'll say, and this goes into the churches, or if you're working with kids, or you're working with special need kids, or whatever you're working with or for. Here's the thing. A lot of people, this is where they lose. They lose because you create the wrong board with people maybe that you thought was for you. This is your ideal. You create the not-for-profit, but your board governs the not-for-profit. The board dictates everything. So here's an example. I started a not-for-profit organization. It was my ideal. I established my board. 2 years later, this is a multi-million-dollar thing. The board can vote me out while I'm at home sleep and overthrow me. I say that because I have seen that happen too many times to us. Because, you know, we be getting some, I just got to say it, Damali, we be having some great ideas. We doing great work. We impact the community, and people hit you with the diversity on your board. You got to have diversity and inclusion, which we agree to. Yeah. But in that diversity and inclusion, you better be very careful because you don't want to end up out here walking on the streets with your diverse and inclusion shoes on. Okay. With no business, no car, no nothing, because it happens all the time. So make sure this stuff we say, put your little asterisk by it because you got to be careful.
The other thing that you need to do is you got to have your paperwork. So that goes back to registering your registration, you know, going with the Secretary of State, making sure that your name is good, you know, registering with them. You also have to apply to become a 501c3.
Correct.
A 501c3 is just being recognized with the IRS as a not-for-profit entity. There's a whole form, you know, and documents that you have to complete in order to get that done. But you need to have that done because with a not-for-profit entity, that opens up a lot of doors in order for you to be able to get funding from different organizations, different foundations and things like that. But you have to be able to have that designation. If you don't have that designation, then they can't receive the benefit for giving you donations. Right. So if I'm Damali's, you know, foundation and, you know, I support education. Right. And your organization actually is an educational organization. So you can apply to Damali's foundation for funding. But the first thing I want to ask for are you a 501c3?
I need to get that number.
Yes.
Can you send me your tax ID number? And here's the thing, too, that you have to remember. I see Eli. Let me do some shout outs because I don't want people to think that we forgetting about anybody. Look, Jupe said the champs is here. Hey, look, Sharonda Holmes, Leach Holmes is in with us. Welcome to the show. Mario Johnson, Big Snuggles down there in the ATL. He late, man. I saved you some chips. Don't even worry about it, LB. That's my line brother from the ATL. You know I got some laid shit for you. Don't even worry about it. We got Lynette is on here. Miss Harris, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Eli Grayson. Man, we love him. You talking about history. You talking about a lot of knowledge. Eli, man, you got to check out this show. It's every Tuesday. Man, doing big things. Gary, all the way down there in the Bay Area.
Hey, Gary, what's happening?
He's in the building as well. Welcome to the show. We talking about we already talked about the for-profit. We switched over to the not-for-profit and the 501c3 world.
Eli, you are so correct. There is a difference in a 501c3 and a 501c4.
Right.
But that goes back to, we talked about a little bit earlier about doing your research.
Doing your research.
So it's going to depend on what you are doing as to what designation your organization needs to have. So you need to do the research, which goes back to having a good attorney.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You need to have a good attorney to help you get your foundational paperwork set so that now you can just go out and do the work.
Yeah. And I'll say this. Now, this is one time I will say that it probably makes good sense to get an attorney to help you set up your not-for-profit, because the thing about the rules and regulations and best practices and all those things can change. So that's the one time that at least once a year,
right,
your mission may change, the people you serve may change, but make sure you are in alignment with that best practice of setting up your board, because what you don't want to do, you don't want everybody to serve in 3 years, and then guess what? In 3 years, you have no board members. So how to stagger that, and a lot of those things are a little bit more research. Candidates for not-for-profit, Damali, I want to say that. Here are candidates for not-for-profit. You know that you got this young man in the community, he do boxing or wrestling or something. And he has kids every day, been doing it for 10, 20 years. But guess what? He never set up any type of organization, any type of not-for-profit. And they are the perfect people that could capitalize off getting some funding or maybe a building and vehicles and support. Those are the main candidates for not-for-profit organizations.
Right. Absolutely. And then the other thing, when we're talking about board members, most of the time, what you want to have is a working board.
Yes.
Not just a bunch of people that's sitting on the board that ain't doing nothing, don't show up for meetings. They just don't do nothing. One of the questions that is asked when you go to file for your 990, so you still have to file a 990 is your tax return. Just like you file personal tax returns, you have to file tax return on your business. So when you file your 990, one of the questions they ask is, have your board members offered support during the year, during that tax year? Have they offered support, and how much support have they offered?
Can I say this?
Yes.
If you are a board member on an organization, give a donation. If you're not going to donate, don't even sit on the board. If somebody, I'm just saying that because don't just sit on the board if you're not going to yourself. Now, I'm not saying giving a lot of money, but at least be like, here's my $100. Yeah. But give something. Don't sit. Don't even take up a seat if you're not, because you're hurting the organization. Right. If you're not going to do something to support the organization.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the next thing you want to do is find a fundraising tool.
Correct.
There are many, and I'm not going to name any because I don't want, nobody's not paying me.
We're going to give you one or two. We're going to give you one or two.
No, I ain't even going to do that because I don't want nobody. I'm not advocating for
Now, let me add, I'll throw this in there. All this stuff we talking about with these boards and all of that stuff, we've been doing this stuff for 10 years. And for the people that are like, look, I need somebody else to do that, we will be putting packages together for the not-for-profit world, whether you're a church or you just want to do whatever it is, we can create any of those things. So y'all have our number because we just want people to be successful long term. Right. We don't want nobody going to jail, no accidentally embezzling, because here's the ticket. Ignorance is not a defense in court. And that happens a lot of times.
Absolutely.
But making sure you have the appropriate insurance, not just for your company, but for your board members, for everybody. So I'm not going too deep because I know Damali is like, hey, now you give them too many nuggets now, Brother Charles.
The other thing is you want to assemble supporters and volunteers. You need to have, if you are doing not-for-profit work, you need volunteers.
Oh, absolutely.
Volunteers are the lifeline of your organization.
Can I say this?
Yes.
Quick shout out. Shout out to Asbury United Methodist Church.
Yes.
Man, they have been our partners for over 10 years. Yep. And we still do something called Second Saturday right now to this day. And here's an example of when you do the right strategy. The first day we got our building and we did our first reach with volunteers, we had 200 volunteers. Yep. That's how we established EduRec. Not with a lot of money. This is the not-for-profit world, y'all. 2 bus loads full of people. So forever has none but love and respect for Asbury and all of the pastors and the leaders and the volunteers, man, nothing but love for you guys.
The other thing is host free events and online campaigns.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to give a little to get a little. That's just the bottom line. And that's in business in general. And that's a principle on both sides, whether you are in the for-profit world or the not-for-profit world. Sometimes you're going to have to give away some services in order for people to see you and know who you are.
And for example, Damali, what you're saying, how many meetings did we used to have like years ago? Me and Damali used to have like 6-7 meetings a day. helping new start and startups and all of that. So we've put out a lot of sweat equity to help a lot of people to be very successful. Anna Marie Baker in St. Louis says, does it matter if you guys are not, if a person is not in Tulsa, can we still consult? We can, because we are actually local, national, and international, been to the White House, got best practices with all of that. So it don't matter where you located. We can consult anywhere in the U.S. or abroad.
All right. Next thing, community grants.
Yes. Big
that is how, listen, EduRec, that is how we made it.
That's how we made it. And look, here's the proof is in the pudding. EduRec, we raised $580,000 in the first 6 months. So I'm just saying that to say when you're getting with the right people for consulting, because you get a not-for-profit, you need some money to come in. If not, your door's going to close real quick. So when we started EduRec, we just had a building, 53,000, 15 acres of land, but we raised $580,000 the first, we'll just say the first year, because you do it yearly. Right. But that was a lot of money. So shout out to all those foundations and private partners that joined with us in our effort with our mission.
And the reason that we were able to do that is because the foundation was solid. We had our 501c3. We had our EIN number. We had our best practices. We had our operating, whatever we needed and was required of us in order to submit. We had our financials. Right. Because that's another huge thing. A lot of things that a lot of times people don't think about that is having a great accountant. So now the accountant is providing us with monthly reportings and annual reportings of what our financial status looks like.
How important is the accountant?
Man, it's everything.
As the component of your business.
It's everything. As soon as you want some money, they're going to say, send me over your financials.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you going to start, whether it's a for-profit or not-for-profit, you got to have an attorney. Now, you don't have to go spend a whole lot of money. Go in for the free consultation because you don't need them all the time. Go talk to your banker. One of your most important, establish a relationship with a bank. You just go in and tell them what you're doing on the front end. Because we've needed $100,000, we've needed $25,000, we've needed that, but we established the relationship on the front end. Right. And then your CPA, because they're going to dictate how everything flow, because people want to know you got some stability.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. And I got my cousin Courtney is on. What's going on, Courtney? Good to see you, cousin.
And then fiscal sponsors. Fiscal sponsors could be a corporation that, likes what, say if Pepsi sees what we're doing and they want to come alongside of us and help. So once you have all of those pieces in line that we've talked about previously, then you can go and present to different companies and organizations who may align, because most of these large companies, they have a community component.
Right.
And so they are wanting to give. They're looking for people to give money to be able to help them with community events so they can stick their name up. If you're doing a summer camp or a spring break camp or you're feeding the homeless or whatever, they want to be able to help.
Damali, you're giving away too many nuggets.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying. You see how much we love the community. Y'all getting this stuff for free. Because here's the thing. I would say across all of our not-for-profit organizations, it's easily over $10 million. Yeah. Now, we're not saying we can just raise $10 million for you just like that. It's been a lot of work. But our newly thing that we did together, EduRec will be celebrating 10 years in March. Yeah. Youth and Family Fund Center, the doors have never closed. Yep. And Damali, boy, you was rolling the nuggets out. She was giving me. No, I'm just playing. It's all love, y'all. Make sure y'all keep sharing this video. Jonathan Cole, he out there in H-Town. He's listening in. What's the last thing we're going to touch on?
Last thing is community partnerships.
Man,
and I can tell you that we have mastered the partnerships, because that is how we have been able to stay afloat. All of this long time is creating relationships with folks who align with you. Their missions and what they're trying to do actually align and complement what you're trying to do.
Right.
And so you guys just kind of walk that walk. Now, that's not to say that you guys are going to be together from now until
forever,
the end of time, but at a particular moment in time, your missions align. So maybe our missions align. So we're going to do a back to school event together.
Absolutely.
Or maybe our missions align because we're going to do an expungement expo together. And so I believe in that and you believe in that. So we're going to align to do that together. But creating partnerships. At this present time, we probably have about 200 partnerships.
Yeah, and it's real partnerships. These are not just I meet you, we shook hands, we partners. No, it's bona fide. Like KBOB partnership is bona fide. Well, I don't want to get into all that. Yeah. Because we got partnerships, local, national, and our newly formed partnership is way in Uganda,
international,
and way in London, and we do have partners in other countries. So that's what you want to do. You want to build that base, and this is my last nugget I'm gonna give away to Molly before we go to break, because I know we got some hump day hot topics. It's already 2:00.
Yes.
Here's the last nugget that I know it's going to help a lot of people. Y'all write this down, share this video. Even when your not-for-profit is newly formed,
yes,
they're not going to want to give you money when you go to foundations.
Not a penny.
Here's your free nugget. Partner with somebody like World One Development, EduRec, Fitting Back In, or it's other entities that's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Do a collaboration with them. Now you can get funding that way.
Right.
Until you get some years under your belt so that you can show the stability to stand on your own. That's the biggest nugget I'm giving y'all. If you're trying to start, whether it's basketball or foot sports or something with adults, if it don't matter, rehab, it don't matter what it is. Partner with somebody that's been around. Do your little MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, and now you still can receive funding like the big people at that time. Yep. Damali, any last thing? That's my last nugget. What's your last nugget?
Last nugget is if you need help, then we are here, and we're available. Just hit us up at World One Development. And, everybody knows either Charles' number or my number, so just give us a call. We can help you out.
And we got JB Smooth on the team with us.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick
World
break.
One
Hey, we love you guys. Make sure you share this video. Coming up next, we got the Hump Day Hot Topics. This is World One Development news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. We'll be right back, y'all.
Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ladies and gentlemen,
the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike.
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Oh, I love it. It's hump day.
Piece of music, huh? Get through the rest of the show. Hey, anyway, shout out to Anna Marie Baker. She's speaking those things. She said, well, here comes D-Bake Foundation and World One Development. I hear you, sister. That's what's up. And I just want to do a real quick shout out, man. Bishop Melvin Cooper and Joyce Cooper. That's that visionary part of it. Mm-hmm. Quick shout out to them, man, because we was hitting on a lot of stuff. Damali.
Hey, I see Lady Sanders, Lieutenant DeLauren Sanders' wife. She is actually on.
Hey, what's going on?
Jessica,
welcome to the show.
Shoot,
if you don't know about it, you tune in with her husband the first Wednesday of every month. But we do the police report. We get down to it. Damali, let's get down to some of this crazy stuff we have to deal with from time to time. These hot topics. Y'all hang in here now.
All right. Hump Day hot topic number 1. It's only been 3 weeks into the new year, and we have had 39 mass shootings in America.
Say that one more time. I didn't hear that right.
39.
Not 39.
39 mass shootings
39
in America.
People shot?
No, sir.
Or 39 shootings?
39 incidents of mass shootings.
No way. How is that happening?
Already.
Across the United States.
Oh, my God.
Not in another country.
That's sickening.
That's sickening.
It's crazy. It is crazy. So this article says that, they talk about the incidents that we already spoke about earlier. The Half Moon Bay incident that happened in California, where 7 people were killed in 2 separate shootings. Then Oakland, 1 person was shot to death and 7 people were injured. Then 11 people suffered a mass shooting in Monterey Park, which was at the city's largest Asian American community, where they were celebrating the Lunar New Year weekend. And so they're saying, in fact, 39 mass shootings have taken place across the country in just the first 3 weeks of 2023, according to Gun Violence Archive. Apparently, President Joe Biden has urged Congress on Monday to pass a pair of bills seeking to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and raise the purchasing age to 21, imploring lawmakers to act quickly.
And here's another thing, man. Y'all got to be safe out there, man. It's, Walmart, you're trying to just go out to a party. You're just trying to do regular traditional gatherings. Yeah. This crazy stuff is happening. Then the ticket is not to be in fear, because one thing we're not going to do is live in fear. But it's to be informed and know what's going on, because we now averaging over 10 mass shootings a week to kick off 2023, and it's ridiculous. But it's our job to bring you this news that you can use so that you can be informed on what's going on.
So, JB, what they're saying is Gun Violence Archive is saying that they define a mass shooting as one in which at least 4 people are shot, and that's excluding the shooter.
So, but yeah, so this is taking place. They're saying now that firearms are now the leading cause of death among people younger than 24. Wow. I mean, that is just insane.
Here's an example. In Oklahoma, you don't even need no license or nothing. You can just go get a gun. So that's, and
just walk around.
Can I say that's ignoramus? I mean, it on mental health capacity.
Yeah, we're not asking no questions.
We live in a state where, and that's what's so crazy. And I can't say about other states. How's it going in y'all state? But in this state, you don't even have to have a license or nothing. If you 18, you can go get you a gun right now.
But Charles,
and open carry.
It's common sense.
It's
common sense.
Ain't common no more.
It's not, because
it's not common.
I know good people that have carry guns and they not running around looking for somebody to shoot.
Yeah. Right.
It's just,
where do these people get the idea to even go do harm to people?
I don't know. It just, questions the mental health of our society at this point.
It's crazy.
What's going on?
Hey, look, I got Shay Robinson. My best friend, Marquise down in Arkansas, but she lives in, I believe, Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Man, we gonna do some stuff together back in our hometown. Beer in Arkansas stand up one time.
Okay.
Now she can tell you Baltimore. That's one of the used to be a tough place. It may still be.
But I went to Baltimore. I went when Army Navy game, and it's a nice city though.
It's beautiful.
When I went downtown,
I've never been there.
Some great restaurants. Baltimore,
right next to DC.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's
DC, Baltimore. Yeah. Every place has a ghetto though.
May. Welcome to the boom boom. Welcome to the used to be jamming, didn't it?
Yeah, don't do that. All right. Excessive police brutality claims another life.
Right.
If you guys have not heard this story, and this is so super sad, Tyree Nichols suffered extensive bleeding from beating, the family lawyer says, after his autopsy. Apparently, Tyree Nichols, he was 29. He was hospitalized and died 3 days after Memphis police officers stopped him on January the 7th. The Shelby County Medical Examiner's Office has not released an official cause of death. However, the family had a private autopsy done, and what came back was extensive bleeding from the beating.
Right.
There is now from what we understand currently, 5 officers have now been fired.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting to me, that they have been fired. Because typically what happens when we see this type of situation is it's usually white officers, to a black person that actually perishes.
They all black.
And these 5 officers are all black.
Right.
And they were all fired immediately. Whereas typically what happens is we're put on paid leave.
You're on paid leave for about a year.
Yeah, until we decide.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm just looking at
things to make it go.
Perception.
We won't go too deep, but we are governed by it's the system is different.
For us and
for
others.
Us and for others, because tell you always know it can be a shooting. You done been on somebody's neck with your knee, not trying to get away from the story.
Yes.
And it still take 2-3 years to figure out anything. But with this, immediately the 5 officers, unfortunate, they shouldn't have did it because you done beat somebody for 3 minutes.
Yes.
And they're gone.
This is
and
crazy. That's
probably be another topic for another day. But pray for that family.
Yes.
Everybody's involved, and justice needs to be served in this, because irregardless, this should never happen.
Straight up.
Real quick.
Our friend Benjamin Crump is actually also the attorney that's going to be working on that case.
Representing the family. Yeah. And Anne-Marie Baker said, same in St. Louis regarding like firearms. We also have anything to stop them from adding an automatic feature. So you get a regular gun, you add that automatic where you have to let go. So that's sad. Shay Robinson said it's very diverse and beautiful, but can be dangerous in Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
You're right about that. And my cousin Courtney says, I carry, but I practice safe gun control, and it's only for my safety, for myself and my family. And that's my cousin. So it's safety for your cousin Charles too, your big cousin. Safety for me too.
Yes.
What we got?
Okay, and then the last story, which I just love this story. So Wes Moore, and you may not know who he is, but you're going to know right now.
Find out now. You're going to learn today.
Wes Moore was sworn in as Maryland's first Black governor.
Man.
He is an Army veteran and a former nonprofit executive, and he was sworn in on Wednesday as Maryland's first Black governor. He is only the 3rd Black person to be elected as governor in the United States. Only the 3rd.
So yeah, he actually defeated Republican Dan Cox in November by 32 points.
Man,
now,
what?
Listen to me.
That's a landslide.
This is a big deal, though.
It is. It's
when
huge.
He defeated him by 32 points. So what that tells me is this: it is very important to vote.
Right.
It is very important to be registered because 32 points, not 3,200 points, not 32,000 points,
right?
32 points, votes is what he defeated him by.
At first, I thought you said 32%. I thought it was a landslide.
32 votes.
Look, here's what's crazy.
Period.
Guess what? Shay Robinson is in Baltimore, Maryland. Mm-hmm. So catch the governor.
And I think somebody said, maybe it was Jeremiah, that said they also sworn in their first black something else, another office.
I'll try to find it. We'll stick
it
to the show.
Speaking of voting, who was that first president?
Oh, we ain't got
there. We almost there. We coming in hot. We coming in hot.
But we'll figure it out. But anyway, there's apparently another black official that's been recently voted.
I'll tell you what I like about news you can use all the way down in Baltimore. Shay says she's a proud voter of Governor West.
Okay.
So she probably was that first one that got him over.
Yes.
That first one of the 32. She was the first one.
Yeah, she was one of 32.
Yeah, one of that 32.
Well, congratulations to you guys. That is awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing the great work that's going to come out of that state, as we move forward.
And for some people, for whatever reason, if you don't know, the governor is the CEO of your state. He the chief executive officer. All the money, all the movement, everything that's going on goes through your governor. Very important seat.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Hey, Angie is on. Angie Walker, what's up, sis?
Welcome to the show. That's my sister right there. You better ask somebody.
All right, so our Black History trivia question. I'm going to go ahead and say the question one more time for those who didn't get it, and then I'll give you a couple seconds, and then we're going to tell you what the answer is. Black History trivia question this week is: who was officially the first African-American candidate for president? Was it A, Frederick Douglass, B, Malcolm X, C, Jesse L. Jackson, or D, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
I got the answer. Al Sharpton.
That is not one of the choices.
Did he run for president though?
I don't know, but that ain't one of your choices.
I said Jesse Jackson. So what's the answer?
So Charles
drum rolls.
Drum roll. Do we got a drum roll? No, we don't have a drum roll. No,
I'm the drum.
Got
there you go.
All right. The answer is, Teresa said C. You got a couple of more C's up front.
I seen
C. Charles said C originally, which would have been Jesse Jackson, but that's not it.
I was good with Jesse Jackson too, because I was
you remember he did run. He did run. You are right.
But then I saw somebody else on there. I was like,
the official first president, African American candidate for president,
it got to be Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Absolutely. Letter A. So
what year was that?
Frederick Douglass was actively supported women's suffrage, and he held several public offices without his permission. Douglass became the first African American nominated for vice president of the United States as the running mate of Victoria Woodhull on the Equal Rights Party ticket. And this was like in 1870.
That's back in the day.
Yeah, it was back in the day. But yeah, he didn't even know that he was on a ticket. It ended up, he was like, hey, who put my name on here?
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah, but
he didn't win, but
and she didn't win either.
They wasn't giving no black man the presidency.
And they wasn't going with a woman back then.
Douglass.
Yeah.
I think they taught me that at Langston. I'm sorry, Langston. I'm sorry, LU. I let y'all down.
Yeah, you done
the price ain't right today for me.
Yeah.
I thought snow was coming. I wasn't all the way right there.
So there were a couple of people. Courtney, you did get Frederick Douglass.
She did.
And there was a couple of folks that said Frederick Douglass up front. So
Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. So starting in February, because it's black. See, I'm trying to get y'all warmed up. We're trying to get you warmed up. In February, we're gonna start giving out some gear for folks who get that correct answer.
We're gonna start shipping. We just trying to warm y'all up to our deal. So keep your thinking hat on.
Yes.
Damali gonna give away her custom Greenwood Avenue 1921 jacket too.
And
the answer.
Don't believe the hype.
The answer, Teresa, Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
She said her stuff froze up on her.
Froze
up somewhere.
Yeah,
so Frederick
Douglass.
Yeah. So that was the answer. C.
All right. So upcoming events. World One Development is looking for volunteers to help serve the community. If you would like to volunteer or need community service hours, you can give us a call at 918-380-1493, or you can email me at damali.wilson@world1development.com, or you can inbox me on Facebook Messenger at World One Development. If you're looking to have an event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. You can give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Fitting Back In is still taking registration for justice-involved individuals, past or present, in Tulsa County for job training programs that will yield living wage jobs. You can contact Christy Williams at Christy.Williams at fittingbacktulsa.org, or you can call her at 918-592-3500 to sign up. We're here to help justice-involved citizens thrive. Oasis Fresh Market is open 8 o'clock a.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. on Sundays. Make sure you stop by for all of your grocery needs. Shop at Oasis.
Hey, quick shout out to Lisa, Tony, Jess. Tune in with us. We into these upcoming events.
All right. A children's fund has also been set up for the surviving children of Sherry Gamble Smith. You can donate at www.paypal.com/PayPalMe/honoring Sherry. Uganda missions. We're going to be talking about this next week. We are so excited about this. But Uganda missions, if you would like to sponsor a child's education for one school year, consider making a donation to World One Development in the amount of only $150.
$150.
It takes care of breakfast, lunch, books, uniform, and a broom for one student.
Hey, your cousin said Oasis. Don't forget about them $1 Lay's chips.
Yeah,
y'all got one more.
They all gone.
Y'all better go check. I don't know. You know AJ gonna look out for y'all. Go over and slide in there. For free and hard. They're gonna give you something. They're gonna say, welcome to Oasis. What's going on? I need some Lay's chips, please. They're gonna help you out.
All right, so you can make your donation to Uganda Missions at our PayPal address, which is at donations@worldonedevelopment.com, or you can send money into Charles's Cash App or my Cash App, and you can hit us up and we'll send you our Cash
Courtney
App.
said those Lay's chips are gone.
Stop
it. Ain't our fault though. I went over there yesterday. I took
a
picture. I showed proof. Hey, early bird gets the chip.
All right, Black History Saturdays is going to begin on Saturday, February 4th and run through November at Edgereg Youth and Family Fun Center. It's going to be the first Saturday of every month.
Right.
And it's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. Space is limited. I did not check this morning.
No. The classes are filled.
Is it filled? I was going to check this morning.
A waiting list. No,
yes.
I talked to Christy this morning.
Yeah, I did not.
120 seats.
Yes.
To teach Black history is filled. Now,
awesome.
Check this out.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Yes.
The state of Florida.
I heard this.
Just decided. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Damani.
Yes. Black history cannot be taught.
In the state of Florida.
Just
in case you don't think what we're doing is important. Here in Tulsa,
just like you said last week, Edgereg, the other entities, they can't take out because you guys have ownership.
Right.
Absolutely. The beauty of ownership.
We have got to create our own spaces to be able to share our story. Because if it's okay for us to talk about other nationalities and what the atrocities that they went through, then why should we not be able to speak about what has happened to us so that history does not repeat itself?
And kids don't have to grow up like I did thinking that we started in slavery.
Exactly.
That's why I thought we started. Man, we started as slaves. And no, we got to get back to the kings and queens. We got to get into what happened. We got to get into what's going on right now. It's very important to know where you're from, where you are, and where we are going.
And that was right. That's like the man walking up to the line saying, hey, do you guys serve crackers? And the black lady was like, yeah, I guess so. And he was trying to be funny.
Right.
But she didn't think it was funny at all.
Yeah.
And like, we don't make them kind of, we don't go around trying to block the history of European Americans, Caucasians, Indians, Asians, other races. So why take Black history out?
Yeah, we just don't want you running around thinking that grandpa and grandma just never tried, that they didn't put effort out, that it wasn't things specific. Today is not that show. We just want to let you know.
We'll get on that.
Y'all signed up for the class. We're going to get a quick shout out to Shay. She says, I love the energy of this show. Definitely will be tuning in the future for all of our broadcasts.
And I want to just make this notation when we're talking about, Black history and things to be proud of.
Right.
I always say there are great things happening right here in North Tulsa. This is one of those things. So one of our listeners, Michael Brewer, the Brewer family is like Edgerec royalty.
Right.
To us. Their children have been in Edgerec for a number of years. Michael wasn't even old enough to go to Edgerec, and now, he's in school, but he just recently won second place for his 8-team competition last Saturday. He was the only student to place, and now he qualifies for the championship round.
Come on now.
Great things happening in our community.
Great things happening, baby, in North Tulsa. Congratulations.
Don't do us. We got this. Yes. All right. Let me get back off my soapbox. Okay. Where are we? Okay.
Well, Black History Saturdays. Now we finna get into.
Okay. So Theater North is presenting Paradise Blue.
Yes.
At the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. It's going to be happening February 18th through 26th. Tickets are available at tulsapac.com, or you can call them at 918-596-7111. Y'all, we got some great actors and actresses in our community.
I heard you. You said February tink.
I did not.
Did she? You did, JB.
I have to go back and look at the replay.
I don't know what she said.
You know that new commercial where they throw that red flag? The mother was going, she got excited. She said, February tink. I'm like, no, you can't get by me saying tink, not little tink. But it's all right, man. It's all love right now.
February 18th.
I ain't gonna let you do Jamali Charles because you'll mess up the word too.
Look. Jude said she should have asked him which one he wanted, saltine or great value.
See, you childish too, cousin. You childish too.
You can't just say to everybody in the live chat.
All right, Teresa, you said, how do you find out if you made the list? We can check with Christy.
No, Christy gonna be reaching out.
Okay.
So just hold tight. She's gonna be sending everybody emails. She's gonna be doing a Zoom and all of that. So just hang on.
Yes. All right, birthdays. January 25th, which is today, my cousin, Lakrita Wiley. Today is her birthday, as well as KBOB family members, D-Mac.
Right.
And Mika in the morning.
Happy birthday, y'all. Today a big day.
Yes. Tomorrow, Jabbar Shoemake has a birthday.
Jabbar
Shoemake.
We need a different. That sounds like a Christmas carol, JB. Can't give us a gangster song or something. Today was a good day.
Right.
Play 50 Cent in the club, anything. Cause what we can't do this. These are grown people. We ain't gonna give them the tinkle bell. Now she just said little tink. Now you playing.
What is it?
Hold on, listen.
What? It's not getting her. It's not.
Yeah, turn that back.
You gotta watch you in your circle. Yeah, this is not.
Right, let's get it on.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a birthday song.
There you go. Hey, and then Jabbar love this anyway.
There you go.
That's his song right there. He be in front of the stage. Talking about wipe me down.
Right.
Yeah, that's a birthday. Happy birthday, y'all. We playing wipe me down. Tell them to wipe y'all down with the money for your birthday. Forget that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. All right. Lynette Saloni has a birthday on January 27th.
Guess what? My wife's birthday is on January 27th.
Okay.
She ain't 50, but she almost.
All right. And then LaToya Rose has a birthday on January 28th.
What's going on, LaToya? Happy birthday.
Our guy AJ over at Oasis Fresh Market has a birthday on January 29th.
Happy birthday, AJ.
And then your line brother, Mario Johnson. January 30th. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Can't call him Big Snuggles unless you really know who he is.
You gotta know. If you call him Snuggles and he don't know you, you might have problems.
And he a big guy.
Hey, quick shout out to Jessica Brown Nelson tuning in from Arkansas and Hindu J.
Hey, that's Jalen. Jalen Henderson.
Going on?
Yes. Hey, honey, how are you?
Good to see you. Welcome to the
show. All right. So, guys, don't forget, if you're just now tuning in, go back and hit replay and watch this show again, especially those who are wanting to start their own business. Right. Whether it is for profit or not for profit, the game don't change. There's still rules to the game. So go and find out what those rules are. So we gave you some helpful tips in the beginning. If you need our help, we are here. So just hit us up at World One Development, or if you got Charles' number, call Charles. If you got my number, call me.
You said tink again tomorrow.
I did not.
That's why she looked at me, David. You can't say nothing else.
You did say tink.
Did she say tink?
Is that Tinkerbell?
Y'all, I can't win. Can y'all get these two?
You got to get your tinks together. Quick shout out to Jessica Brown. She's tuning in from my hometown, Beer in Arkansas. We call it the town, baby, where we turn up and never turn down.
All right. All right, don't forget you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That is World One Development, Edurect Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, or Fitting Back In Prison Reentry Program.
Thank you all, man, for tuning in today from all around the world. We appreciate that. All our secret listeners, we appreciate it. We love y'all too. JB Smooth, great job. Damali, you hit a home run. Trey, Uncle Bobby, y'all be careful out there in LA. Do your thing, and we're going to have to get ready to get out of here. We love you guys.
That remind me of my motorcycle ride.
Hey, I told you, this was the birthday song.
Yes.
Hey, I tell y'all what. Also, if you want to help us stay on the air, continue to support, number one. Number two, send a donation made payable to E Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to, that's twice, E Media Services to 1216 North Lansing Avenue. We want to make sure y'all get it right. That's Sweet D, y'all. We moving on up. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy Charles Harper, that's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., so make sure you tune in.
Hey,
later,
Damali,
y'all. Yeah.
Speaking of your motorcycle days,
we out of here.
Last year, the Black Wall Street Bike Rally had like 6,000 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Attendance is already confirmed for 10,000 people this year.
Can't wait.
And the entertainment lineup is going to be crazy.
Yes. Cannot wait. We'll
That'll
be
be
letting
coming
y'all
soon.
know. Yes.
Yeah, JB getting y'all ready for the summertime. Get y'all calendars. We're going to be giving you them dates. I already seen Juneteenth is 15th through the 17th. Boy, Tulsa going to be turned up.
Yes.
Get ready.
Just turn off my song.
Hey.
That was childish. That was really
We'll
childish.
see y'all later.
We got to get out of here, y'all. If you'd like to promote, advertise your business on today's show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development, news you can use with Charles Harper and Mr. Damali Wilson.
Did you call me Mister? Really? So the ting continues?
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other group or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9. No snow in the forecast for tomorrow, so you guys are clear to roll.
Yes.
All right. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you next week.
Later, y'all.